Okay, babe, I need to tell you how I unfucked my brain. So this could be like a whole thing of every aspect in your life. You can be grateful for everything, even for the pen you're holding.
Gratefulness and gratitude, it's one entry point to mindset.
Sometimes it's also nice to hear it, turning it into a podcast. Well, if you're ready to see it. Okay, babe, I need to tell you how I unfucked my brain.
So juicy.
Basically, what I mean is how I rewired my brain with AI.
I am obsessed with this already. I don't fully know what you're talking about, but I guess you're going to explain it all. And to be clear, I never thought your brain was fucked, but I'm interested to see why you thought it was and how you unfucked it.
Thank you. Well, we're not at the days yet where we can have a chip in our heads and just prompt it with whatever we want. So a common tactic that we always use is a form of prompting as well, where you kind of like think the thoughts you want to think. You're grateful for the moments that you have. And that's a constant practice that I do a lot. And I know you do as well. So you, like, for example, to practice gratefulness, what would you do on a daily basis?
So there are some forcing mechanisms, that sounds harsh, but some rituals which help me do that. So journaling at the end of a day and having like 3 little bullet points of what you're grateful for example. Yeah. But I'm also trying at the moment to integrate it more into just all of my thoughts. So when I'm walking, to just notice something that's beautiful or that it's cool or I'm grateful for, or like the feeling of sun on my skin, trying to integrate it more into every moment.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm with you on that one. So being grateful, even for like dumb stuff where you're stuck in traffic. And then I have one affirmation that is, I have fun wherever I am. So when I'm a bit annoyed at the traffic, I'm like, no, hee hee, haha, this is me having fun. I can still have fun in this situation. But what I noticed recently is sometimes you're so zoomed in into what you're doing and sometimes it's not working. That it can be hard to feel gratefulness. And especially since we live in such a beautiful place. We've been living here for a long time, so it's so normal to us, right? That the sun is, well, actually rainy season was really bad, but that the sun is shining, that there's always certain types of foods very close to us. So I just wanted to make something where you can practice daily gratitude, but I also know that it's already something that I practice every day. So what's going on? Why is it not so prevalent or so present in my everyday thinking?
I love this so much, and it's already making me think broader. Like gratefulness and gratitude, it's one entry point to mindset. And it's interesting that you've anchored around that. And for some people, that is the focus, right? Yeah. Whereas for me, I have tried the gratitude as the focal point, but for some reason a little bit less sticky. And so for me, the entry point is about stress and that feeling of like calm and groundedness. Wow. So for me, the equivalent word for gratitude is grounded. And so I imagine lots of people have different words that they're anchoring to or trying to embody throughout the day in these practices that you're mentioning. But yeah, I'm super intrigued to see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Are you saying you feel that recently you've been a little bit off point and you wanted to course correct?
It's because I've been so grateful for a very long time with doing the same practices. So that's every day I write something that is going to make this day great. And I also write 3 things that I'm really grateful for, but it's written. And if I have to search for it, it's possible, but it's just it's not very easy to extract it, basically. Yeah. And I thought, how can I make it more interactive? So I call it basically the gratitude base, where you, on a daily basis, pull in your gratitudes. This is something you're grateful for. But we already do this on a daily basis. So why is it not always easy to zoom out? It's because you also need a reflection. So this base will give you, at the end of the month, a reflection in a story format of all of your daily gratitudes.
Wow.
So you can read it back But then sometimes it's also nice to hear it.
Yeah.
So that written story is also turning into a podcast where two people are basically speaking your daily gratitudes to each other. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And for you, is this a way to reflect at the end of the month and augment that feeling of gratitude, I guess, or just like cement it deeper into your bones and your body? It's like this multi-input, multi-sensory thing just to like get it in you.
Yeah. Absorb it.
Yeah.
To become it. Yeah. And that's also because for me, I also write very small things that I'm grateful for, because at one time I was listening to this video from Tony Robbins where he said, like, you can be grateful for everything, even for the pen you're holding. But that gratefulness is so small. It's still present, but it's so small that if last week on Tuesday I could have wrote something like that, but I don't know now in this current moment, because it's even hard to remember what you had for dinner on Monday.
Yeah.
So to have all of those small little details still very present in a written text, but also in a spoken format.
Yeah.
I just thought, okay, that's it.
Yeah. And what an incredible way to document an angle of your life as well, and have this personal diary of gratitude. And I can imagine if you do this over long periods of time, to be able to see the evolution and the trends of what you're grateful for and how that reflects what's going on in your life or your mental state or whatever it is. But it's a very beautiful way of documenting a little bit like your soul. I don't know, like it's lovely.
Yeah. So I want to show you, because obviously you can also use it if you want to.
Thanks.
I want to show you where it's at, where it's built, and how to use it.
That is Airtable. Is it Airtable?
What if I would say to you right now it's built in Excel?
I have a heart attack and fall off my chair.
Yeah, babe, it's built in Airtable.
I love it.
So it's also accessible from your phone.
And how many times do you write your gratitude entry that you're grateful for Airtable?
It's not even in there. Oh my God, I'm so ungrateful to Airtable. Yeah, I think I should become their affiliate or something. Like their angel, not investor, but their angel, just their angel.
Just their angel.
Well, if you're ready to see it, I'll show it to you.
And have you tried it? And have you been using it?
Yeah, I've been using it for the whole month of March. You're gonna see it.
Ooh. This is like a little insight into your secrets.
My secrets.
Yeah. What goes on in Ruby's head?
So do you want to see like front end first?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay.
And while you're pulling it up, there's a story that always sticks in my mind that I think shows how well you are able to bring gratitude into the frequency or the energy or whatever you want to call it around you. Whenever the place that we go work, the co-work, there's a lot of stress. It's a lot of people being busy. It's a lot of like, you can feel that almost anxious energy a lot in that place.
Yeah.
But I had someone come visit and they were like, who is that girl that just glides around like a calm swan? And it was Ruby. And it's true because you do exude that calm and that beautiful, grateful like thing, energy.
That's so sweet.
And yeah, that always just sticks in my mind.
That's
quite
one
funny.
That's one of the best compliments I've ever gotten.
I think your spirit animal would be a swan.
Oh, yeah, a black swan. Oh, I love it. Okay, so this is your gallery of gratitude.
Ooh.
So you can see you can always add a picture.
Yeah.
So it's more present in what you are grateful for. You have obviously the dates. Yeah. Then there's also people involved in your gratitude. So it could be yourself. Oh, sorry, this is the area.
Babe,
so
this is so nice already.
Yeah, do you like it? Business, personal, love. Ooh. And then the people involved, this is multi-select. So you can select as many as you would want. I just kept it a little bit broad. But yeah, so if you're confused and you want to zoom out a little bit, you can look in your gallery and see like, oh, on this day I snapped a picture of this. I was grateful for this.
And are you uploading photos to this as well? Or it's just written? Like this beautiful tree or this beautiful patch of grass?
No, so you can upload whatever picture you want.
Okay.
So here, this is the calendar view. And this is also where you enter a new one. And easiest would be on your phone. So if we go to the...
You know what this is crying out for? Yeah. A WhatsApp bot integration.
Babe!
So you just WhatsApp your gratitude and then it goes to the Airtable. I'll build this for you and then we're going to be on fire.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, then we should make a new episode where we did that. Yeah, so basically here you're on your phone and then when you want to do a new one, you get a form, and when you want to upload a picture, I say easiest on your phone because when you're uploading a picture, you can also snap a picture.
Oh, cool.
And then put it directly
So
in
this
there.
is your equivalent of a journal for gratitude.
Yeah.
And so every day you put in 3 things and you just add the tags and then it goes straight in here.
Exactly. So sometimes when you're walking outside, you see something, you're like, oh, this beautiful snap picture.
Yeah, so I'm so grateful for being so present. And then you're like,
yeah, Sylvie. Yeah, but sometimes you see something, or I don't know, like maybe the sunset, you can snap the picture of a sunset.
Oh my God. Also, babe, just like, imagine if you could turn this into a book.
Yeah.
Or something. Like, it's so nice.
Yeah. And what I was thinking, but then we go into like crazy mode.
Yeah.
This is one area of your life, right? So this could be like a whole thing of every aspect in your life. Okay, but that's too crazy for right now. So yeah, here you can see, and then you can also, it's color coded by the areas. Then you have, for the reflections, you have a dashboard. And this is something that I always find really nice. You can see how many gratitudes you've entered. So probably at the end of the year, it's going to be like almost 1,000.
I'm sorry, but I've already, because I'm a data freak, just eyed up that pie chart. Oh, I wonder what the tiniest little sliver is. I look at the legend. Love. Okay, well, now we know it's accurate. We know it's working.
It's working. Yeah, so here you can see the areas where you have the most gratitude. Obviously, like I have a lot of love. I have a lot of gratitude
romantic
for
love.
But it's just not very present. But that's also probably because a lot of the things with friends and other things, I just tagged under personal. Okay, and then we have some monthly quotes. This is just a little bit of filler for yourself. And then one thing that's very important for your gratitude is the environment. So who are the people besides yourself to thank for your gratitude?
So nice.
So if you have specific friends, you can also put in their names. You can see like,
yeah,
I just have my best friend. We all know who that is.
Airtable.
No.
This is the cutest. Imagine if you sent them, imagine if you like automated sending the people who appear the report and you're like, yeah, mate, you didn't feature that much this month. Need to up your game.
Yeah, we need to up your stats this month. Come on. Ugh, brutal. Yeah, so this is the front end. Basically, this is what you work with the whole time.
Yeah, but this is because I'm trying to think how I would use this and how it would make me feel. Because I'm also someone that I love tools and systems like this, but it can be overwhelming. But in a way, this is a digital diary.
Yeah,
is what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think like how you use it and how it makes you feel. But I think I would love having that base of like knowledge and like beauty and like insight, and it's just like a nice little thing to have.
Yeah.
But am I missing anything in terms of how you use it or how you treat it?
No, I think the moment I built this was because I was like, okay, I'm lacking some gratitude now. I should be adding this. But you can obviously take it way broader, and instead of only gratitude can be an element of this whole base, and this could be your digital diary. I just don't necessarily like typing for my diary.
Yeah.
But what you could also do, and we can go like full on crazy mode with this, is voice noting.
Voice noting, or you could even link it to your Remarkable, because that's digitized, right?
Yes.
And then upload the transcript and get it to screen it.
Babe, that's also so nice. Yeah, and also if you do voice notes or other like personal stuff, you can also incorporate that into the podcast of the end of the month.
Yeah. It's like having your life read to you.
Yeah.
And it's like there's this trend, right? And it's a trend because of the language that's being used, but I think it's actually like a fundamental thing about self-growth. But this thing around like romanticizing your life, becoming the main character in your life.
Yeah.
And that idea of having a podcast about your month is a little bit of a like crystallization of that.
Yeah.
But I think it's beautiful. I don't know if we're going to be able to hear a little extract.
Of course. Okay,
show me.
Yeah, I'll show you. So The only thing is when you want to generate your podcast, you do have to go into the data for now, so the backend. No, that's actually not true.
It's also not that hard going into the database, yeah.
True. So when you want to generate your podcast, you basically go to the month, and then it has a summarize button behind it. When you click this summarize button, it starts an automation, which I can show you the automation here.
Ooh, our favorite, make.
Yeah, make. So I was inspired by your automation.
Thank you.
I tried to build it in Gumloop. Didn't happen.
Oh, interesting. I have to revisit why that was. Okay. Yeah, make is great for this stuff.
Yeah. So basically, this is where you push the button, the webhook. Then, it sends it to GPT because it needs to summarize everything and then also make a nice story format of it and generate the podcast. So that means creating a story of your entries, and then that story needs to be split up into different people. And then those people need to get tagged. And that's what you see happening here. So here it's being tagged, and then the different tags needs to go in different routes because you're sending it to a tool like ElevenLabs. And that's basically what you see happening here. So I'm sending it to ElevenLabs. I'm giving it different voices.
Yeah.
And then it goes all the way here.
Oh my God, I love this. So you've created the script in GPT.
Yeah.
There's then a bit of tagging that happens to name the relevant people. Is that right?
Yeah, so you have, in this case, I made it the host and the guest.
Okay, got you. And then you're just running it through ElevenLabs to generate the audio version of that script. So it's not like an automated script generator like Notebook does.
Yeah.
But you're making the script and then bringing it to life with the voices.
Yeah. Well, I tried to do it in Notebook because that was my first thought as well. That's so much easier because it's already integrated.
Yeah.
Notebook doesn't have an API.
Yeah, I know.
So you cannot do this webhook. And I thought there's probably a very big chance that I won't be feeding that into Notebook every month.
Yeah.
It just needs to be in your Airtable.
Totally. I also think you can custom the voice a lot better and the vibe with GPT than Notebook.
Yeah, and then one of our friends, I actually talked to him about this, that I was building this. And then one of our friends said, oh, that's so funny. I built this app. You just have to say your star sign, and then it will read you the horoscope in a podcast format. So that was almost exactly what I was building. Well, okay, no, exactly. But he said to me, I said, oh, what do you use? Because I was still in like building mode of it then. And then he was like, yeah, I use ChatGPT for it. So I tried to use ChatGPT.
Sorry, what? But then that is giving you a completely fake horoscope.
Because it hallucinates?
Yeah, because it hallucinates.
Oh, we need to tell him that.
Well, yeah, unless he has like one source that he's always getting the horoscope from, but pretty easy to hallucinate horoscopes, right?
True.
Oh, Saturn returns, whatever.
I was like, if it could be through ChatGPT, that would make the automation so much more easy.
Yeah.
So I tried to do it through ChatGPT. It was horrible. The podcast was like this.
Oh.
It was like, hey, Ruby. I was like, I thought we were in 2025. Literal robots.
It's giving me flashbacks to when we recorded the avatars.
Yeah. We need to redo that.
Yeah,
actually.
we do. Ruby and I had this idea like a few months ago to make avatars with HeyGen. And so we recorded the footage almost a year ago.
Yeah.
And what was funny, so this is avatars that do video and also voice.
Yeah.
The video was pretty accurate. Like it could do hand movements and all this stuff, but the voice was so bad. Like I have a very British accent and it gave me an American accent. It didn't really get your voice at all.
Well, to be fair, like mine was like pretty okay, but that's because my English is not that good. Your English is so beautiful. They don't need to change anything. They gave you an American accent.
Yeah. So we can't really use them. We should revisit it. The only way that we use them now is spamming each other with video clips. They honestly, I can you even show the last one that you sent me?
Babe, also so funny.
It makes me cry with laughter every time.
So funny. Like I generated a different audio clip with ElevenLabs for my work. And then I send it to somebody to use it. And then that person was like, whoa, this is so good. Where did you get that? And then I was like, ElevenLabs?
Yeah.
But I wanted to reply that. And then I was in HeyGen for some reason. And I was like, oh, I'm going to reply with my AI avatar. So I just said, yo. Oh, wait.
Can you actually just show the avatar?
Yeah.
Or show the one that you sent me?
I'm also going to show the one that I sent to you because there's one that's so funny. Basically, I just said like...
It's when we were both in, like, I was in London, you were in the Netherlands. We sent each other updates with the avatar.
Anyway, he just asked me a question, and then I said, yo, this is ElevenLabs, hee hee ha, it's so good, right? And then literally this person said, yo, you need to chill with your obsession with AI. And I was like, we built that a year ago. It's not even that new.
Yeah. And do you realize that now I don't have to send this Loom video because I've just fed it the script and here you go.
True. But I also just sent something of like 5 seconds.
Ooh, they've upgraded their stuff.
Yeah.
We need to do it again because we have all the footage.
Yeah, we need to do it again. To Emily, 17th of October. It's probably this one. It's probably this one.
Put it full screen.
Fuck.
Hi, babe. OMG, so much has happened. And it feels so weird that you are not there to tell everything to. Also, I have a new crush, and I am pretty sure he likes me the same that I like him. But the crush is super inconvenient. I have to tell you all about it. Also, I told I cannot help him because I am not in Bali, pahaha.
It's like a flashback
Okay, we need to cut it out.
to what was going on in your life at that time.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa, this is a massive tangent, but lol, we need to get back on the HeyGen avatars.
ChatGPT out of the question because you're not going to listen to like a 5-minute podcast of a fucking robotic voice. Yeah. Notebook wanted to do that. It wasn't possible. So ElevenLabs and
Smart.
It's a bit more difficult because it doesn't have that conversation built in. So that's why you need to split it up. I built this whole thing with ChatGPT, obviously.
That's sick because you managed to automate the generation of ElevenLabs voiceover because I've tried that a few months ago in the past and I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to make these videos, these like infographic explainer videos for work, and I was doing it manually. Like I was, not me, but I was, someone was uploading sentences and then getting it to generate. Yeah.
Oh,
I was dumb. Cool. No, I don't have to do that.
No, but I also think like ElevenLabs really upped their game in the last couple of months.
They just had a huge raise, I think, as well. Maybe that's incorrect.
No, that's actually true when you go on their website.
Yeah.
Because before, when you would upload big text, it would just...
Yes, like paragraphs, so you'd have to chunk it up.
Yes. Now you have Studio, you can just plump in a whole thing.
That's so epic.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa, I'm already spiraling and thinking about how I'm going to use that. But let's get to the gratitude output.
Yes.
I need to see this. I need to listen
we
to
go
it.
to the output.
Oh, that's so cute. Is this what you do in your room at night? Just listen to your life. I'm grateful for the coffee.
Yeah, and for the small things.
Yeah.
So when you go to your monthly reflections, when you've hit that summarize button, this is where your month will show up, basically. So when you click on it, it's gonna open up your March, a month to remember, and then some like stories you can read back.
Wow. This is beautiful.
Where Ruby hesitates, Emily charged ahead. Together they were unstoppable throughout March.
Oh.
Ruby feels grateful for the small victories. I wrote it into like third person. Yeah. But you can also say, of course, I. Or,
yeah. That person's so nice. Yeah. And do you dramatize it a little bit?
Yeah. It needs to be a story.
Okay.
But all the quotes, so when it will paraphrase, it will put it into quotes. That's all real. What you put in there.
Can we listen?
Cute. Yeah, of course. And yeah, this is a bit long. And then here you have the podcast.
Episode 42. Ruby's March of Gratitude transcript.
You need to choose a better voice, by the way.
Yeah. Where we explore how practicing
is it going to be able to hear it?
Lives.
Dude, this
I'm
is
your
like...
host, and today we have a very special guest.
I panicked.
We need a woman.
Documenting her gratitude journey throughout March, and she's here to share what she discovered. Ruby, welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me, Alex. I'm excited to be here.
So, Ruby, I understand you committed to writing down something you were grateful for every single day in March. What inspired you to start this practice?
Well, I'd been feeling a bit overwhelmed with work and life in general. A friend suggested that focusing on gratitude might help shift my perspective. I was skeptical at first, but I decided to give it a try for just 1 month to see what would happen.
And what did happen? Let's start with the beginning of the month.
The first week was really interesting. On day 1, I wrote about putting myself out there professionally on LinkedIn. I was grateful for the opportunities that came from simply being visible and authentic online.
True.
New prospects started approaching me daily, which was both surprising and validating.
To all our listeners, remember that gratitude isn't about ignoring life's challenges. It's about widening your perspective to include the good alongside the difficult. Until next time, this is Alex Chen with Everyday Gratitude, encouraging you to find one thing to be thankful for today.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. That's also, the ending is here, but it still goes on for like 4 minutes, so
Wow.
something fucked up there. But yeah, I need to choose a better voice.
Yeah, but I love this so much. And even if it just stays something you use personally to document and help you like keep going and stay motivated to have these grateful moments, like what a beautiful system.
Yeah. And you know, in ElevenLabs, you can also clone your own voice.
Yeah.
So you could also do it in your own voice, you don't have to use it in a creepy way, but maybe like a loved one, somebody
Yeah.
that you really,
Yeah.
really love, or a celebrity.
Yeah.
You just have like Tony Robbins reading this. So
Yeah.
Ruby.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Possibilities are endless.
Possibilities are endless. So yeah, babe, that's how I unfucked my brain.
I love
basically.
it. I love it. Can't wait to try.
Yeah, you should try it.
Thanks. I will.